Title: From Toronto with Poutine, a romantic comedy between hockey, beavers, and a love as Canadian as maple syrup. Story: romantic comedy. Subscribe, comment, and share this channel to reach more people. The unlikely match: Toronto. Emma Duval, a cultural journalist in Toronto, considered herself a serious woman. She loved art, literature, and was absolutely allergic to hockey. She lived in a loft on Queen Street West, had a cat named Celine Dion, and collected mugs with feminist quotes. In short, Emma was sophisticated, ironic, and single. Meanwhile, Owen McLeod was a firefighter. Not just any firefighter, Toronto's hot hero after saving a group of grandmas from a burning bingo hall. He had the perfect beard, played hockey on Sundays, and his favorite food was poutine with extra cheese. In short, Owen was a walking Canadian cliché. They met at a mutual friend's wedding. Owen wore a tuxedo with snow boots, because yes, it had snowed in June, and Emma held a glass of wine she clearly hated. The conversation began when Owen accidentally spilled barbecue sauce on her dress. "You know this costs more than your truck?" Emma snapped, glaring at the stain. "That's maple barbecue sauce. You should thank me," he grinned. Against all odds, they ended up dancing to a Celine Dion slow song, the artist, not the cat, and sharing an Uber where they fiercely debated whether hockey was art. Owen said yes. Emma blocked him on Instagram the next day. Réunion in Quebec. 3 months later, Emma was sent to cover a francophone festival in Quebec City. She was thrilled until she saw her contact was Owen. "You speak French?" she asked, stunned. "No, but I can order beer and apologize. That basically makes me bilingual," he replied. She had no choice. For 3 days they walked cobbled streets, ate crepes, and watched a puppet show so weird Emma wrote a philosophical essay about it. Owen simply said, "That beaver creeped me out." One night, during a blackout, they shared an unexpected hug. And then, a kiss. Emma thought she was losing her mind. Owen wondered if he had left the oven on back in Toronto. But neither pulled away. Jalousie in Vancouver. Emma was invited to cover a contemporary art exhibit in Vancouver. Owen tagged along, for emotional support. Everything was going fine, until Jean-Claude showed up. A French conceptual artist wearing a beret with an accent and an installation made entirely of recycled socks. "Emma m'amuse," he said, kissing her hand. Owen growled, literally. Emma, amused, used Jean-Claude to tease Owen. Owen, in revenge, flirted with a yoga instructor who held grapes like spiritual tools. By the end of the event, Emma was mad. Owen too. They yelled in the rain. Emma slipped. Owen laughed. Emma kicked him. Jean-Claude took a picture and sold it as "Dysfunctional Canadian Love." Making up in Banff. Emma took a break and rented a cabin in Banff to think. Peace, snow, mountains, and bear's perfect solitude. And then, Owen showed up. "How did you find me?" Emma asked. "I asked Celine Dion. She bit me and walked on the keyboard." "I took it as a sign," he said, carrying a backpack, a tent, and a box of donuts. They spent a week hiking, roasting marshmallows, and talking. Emma admitted hockey wasn't that bad. Owen read poetry out loud, poorly. They saw the northern lights, fought off thieving squirrels, and realized something important. They were in love. A proposal in Newfoundland. A year later, they traveled to Newfoundland. Emma was covering a Celtic music festival. Owen just came along. They now lived together. Celine Dion tolerated him, which was love, coming from a cat. One night by the ocean, Owen pulled out a ring box. But instead of a ring, there was a mini jar of maple syrup with a note. "Will you marry me, eh?" Emma read, half crying, half laughing. "I want a wedding with hockey, waffles, and no puppets," Owen added. Emma said yes. Jean-Claude mysteriously appeared in the background and offered to officiate the wedding in an art installation made of balloons and dry leaves. They declined. Céline Dion mewed approvingly. Epilogue. Love in 4 seasons. They married outdoors in Ottawa, with custom scarves, hot chocolate, and a curling team as entertainment. They lived between books and fire hoses, between contemporary art and Maple Leafs games. They had fights, kisses, and a daughter they named Maple. And every July 2020, they traveled to a new corner of Canada to remind themselves that love like the country's vast, diverse, and often unexpectedly snow-covered. The end.